For Dawa India, we ensure very high quality, and we are the only company in India that gives 99.2% private labels. It means that you have very high consistency of quality. So there's no compromise on quality at all.
I'm excited to introduce our guest for today's episode, Dr. Sujit Paul, who is the Group CEO of Zota Healthcare, where he is leading the strategic transformation of the organization at the group level and building a high-performing team of excellence.
Every organization that I channelize towards growth, I always believed to build a very high performance excellence based organization, and my true passion is always to deliver the best outcome in every organization that I have driven and what I drive now. If you want to build an organization, a great enterprise, culture is the only thing that will actually be the bedrock foundation. And I think most important is that we are driving what we are really passionate and focused about, to build a great ecosystem of healthcare in India. I always recommend entrepreneurs to understand, be genuine, add true value, and definitely top line will follow.
I'm excited to introduce our guest for today's episode, Dr. Sujit Paul, who is the Group CEO of Zota Healthcare, where he is leading the strategic transformation of the organization at the group level and building a high-performing team of excellence. With a strong track record in healthcare and retail leadership, he is driving the growth of one of the India's largest private generic retail chains. Beyond his corporate leadership, Dr. Paul is also the founder of Sujit Paul's Life Coaching Hub, a platform to empower individuals to unlock their true potential. Along with many organizations, sportsmen, celebrities are there on the platform. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, since you have worked with various companies cutting across industries, what are the essential traits needed to be a successful professional?
On my personal journey, I have always felt that to be a genuinely successful professional, one need to understand with full clarity what they are doing, what is the value proposition that they actually build and bring on the table for their consumers, for the shareholders, for the investors at large. Now, this one statement that I stated have extreme sense of depth to understand that what is the true genuine value proposition that they build on table. Now, across the entire 180-degree scenario of this value proposition comes what is also the larger value proposition that they are building for their internal employees. Keep in mind that if you cannot build a true value proposition for your internal employees, you cannot build a satisfied consumer base. Now that's where organizations go wrong. They try to see only the outer part of the story, and whilst the inner part of the story stays dark and shady, and that's why it never happens for them.
Right. So value proposition is essential. Very well said. So what has been your primary motivation behind your journey, and what are your passion of life?
Well, my primary motivation have always been to do whatever I do in the best of way. So from my early childhood, I have always believed that, in whatever things that I touch and I do, I would like to build an alchemist around it. So what it means is that every organization that I got into, I always wanted to be the best in that, and to ensure that there is none who can exceed in terms of excellence more. So what it means, every organization that I channelize towards growth, I always believed to build a very high performance excellence based organization. And my true passion is always to deliver the best outcome in every organization that I have driven and what I drive now.
Yeah. So I also believe that high performing team is
True,
what is
true.
required for the organization, right? So for all the organizations that you have scaled up and, turned from regional to national brands, what, as per you, is the role of culture in building successful organizations and teams? And what is your secret sauce?
Unfortunately, most organizations that I find, they don't understand what's culture. And culture have been a core area that I've always focused, because that's the only thing that actually builds a DNA for an organization. And culture is a very long term kind of thing where you have to work extremely hard right from the bottom part of the organization till all across the layers it should cut through. So yes, there's a huge importance of culture towards building any organization. Otherwise, you can just build a company that will drive turnovers and top lines and have some EBITDAs, IRR, but that's too small a vision for working. If you want to build an organization, a great enterprise, culture is the only thing that will actually be the bedrock foundation for the organization. And yes, my secret sauce for driving culture is the ethos, values, and belief that I believe in towards building a strong, right, double helical DNA structure for any organization.
Right. So ethics and values, I think they are the secret sauce for any organization per se. So, how would you summarize your leadership philosophy in one sentence?
Work with the people and give the best for your internal people, and in turn they will give the best whatever they can towards having the best consumer satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and the best result for the organization.
Right, right. So, if they do good, they deserve best,
Yeah.
right? So, what are the notable initiatives you are doing for the Indian society?
Well, for Indian society, I think we have been working for over the decades, working a lot with stray animals, deprived people, humans. I think lots and lots means I think this I can talk on and on and on, but I think the most notable that I would say, if I think from an organization end, it is to ensure that every single individual in our organization gets a true value when they work for us as part of the entire family of the organization. Because many people say that okay, our employees, our families, they put vision boards and mission boards, but those are hoax. They don't believe in that. They just do it for the sake of doing it. So at a leadership level, when you genuinely believe on it and then you drive on that, then your people understand whether you're faking them or you're actually true. So if you go back to our organization, the key stakeholders, and check back and do a litmus test, they will all tell you, yeah, actually they understand, and they can do that connect. They can understand the feelings about it. So I think every organization that I have been driving, I have always believed that we need to build such kind of an excellence in people that would be the next generation for building a great nation for all of us towards building a large community of great resources.
Right, sir. So, how has your experience of working with the top, pharma retailers in India and consulting with the leading global beauty retailers as well help you at your innings at Dawa India and Zota Healthcare?
Well, again, I can say anything, but the numbers need to talk. So if you just check back the numbers of the last maybe 500 days or kind of 750 days, uh, everything is available in public domain, so people can really check. So I think for my innings in Dawa India, over the last uh, whatever time period that I'm here, have been good, and it have generated a lot of value for the end customers, for the investors, for the shareholders, for the related stakeholders. And I think most important is that we are driving what we are really passionate and focused about, to build a great ecosystem of healthcare in India.
Right, sir. The biggest challenges and obstacles you faced in your professional journey so far, especially with reference to making generic medicines popular in India.
Yeah. So India typically have a phenomena, when you find that the physicians or the clinicians write in the prescription brands, and the end consumer then trust a lot on those physicians and clinicians. Then they come back to the stores and they say that we want these brands. So yes, we are working tremendous amount with the policymakers, with the village panchayats, the gram panchayats, the municipal corporations, the end consumers, to make them understand that, look, you can trust high quality generic medicines. So I would not say challenge, it's a lot of hard work. See, any first mover have to put a lot of hard work to ensure that the right dimensions are created. Imagine, when India had those tailor machines, tailors in the bank, and people used to go take a token and stand in the bank queues, and then the money would be given from a small counter. Then the ATM machines came. It took a lot of time for people to believe that, yeah, I think there's something that a ATM machine can throw out. And now many people don't even carry probably cash; they carry ATM or debit cards, and that's also fading. People now use UPIs. So these transitions are always challenging. So from our end, we're doing a lot to kind of work with the Indian masses to make them understand that, look, yes, you can kind of understand that high quality generic medicines are the buzz for today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and you need to work for that. So it's a lot of hard work that's going through, lots, I would say, means right from morning to night. We work close to around 16-17 hours a day, so a lot of hard work is really going through, and that's what is happening.
Yeah, and I also believe that generic medicines, they are required to make the things affordable and accessible, especially in rural areas where
Yeah, everywhere I would
yeah,
see cities, villages, everywhere, urban, rural,
yeah,
all put together. I think
yeah,
that's what it should be.
yeah. And great work, sir. So, how do you see the acceptability of generic medicines evolving in India? And how does Dawa India ensure that its generic medicines maintain the same quality standards as branded
Right.
companies?
So we are finding the evolution of generic medicines, especially post COVID. We find that the acceptability of generic medicines have enhanced and increased, especially in the chronic disease management like diabetes, gastro, peds, nephro, um, and similar kind of therapeutic segments or elements. For Dawa India, we ensure a very high quality, and we are the only company in India that gives 100%, almost, I would say 99.2% private labels. So what does it mean? It means that you have very high consistency of quality. So there's no compromise on quality at all.
Right. So I think if quality is there, everything is in place. So, what advice would you give to young professionals and entrepreneurs looking to make an impact in healthcare industry?
For young entrepreneurs, I would give advice where don't take any shortcuts for success. Most people, they take shortcuts, and they feel that, okay, I would get into business, I'll make some money. Even for Indian entrepreneurs, many of the cases we find that they are more focused in how they can make money rather than building a genuine true value for the end consumers. Now that's really really sad, and that's also a reason why most of the Indian companies cannot scale up to become great brand. If you if you really see, uh, and there are thousands and thousands of new companies that keeps coming in India, but if I ask, okay, name top 20 Indian companies, people will be faded. They don't even know the names. It's only because the Indian companies try to focus first building money and then thinking about consumer. Even they say that, no, we think about customer. No, it doesn't. If they would have built the brand. So I always recommend entrepreneurs to understand, be genuine, add true value, and definitely top line will follow. EBITDAs will follow, IRR will follow. But if you don't add value, it's too short a game that you're trying to play.
Right, right. So, customer first, sir.
Yeah. And genuinely.
Yeah, genuinely, that
Yeah.
is what is
Yeah.
required.
Right.
Right. So, as a parting shot, sir, your message to fellow Indians.
Love your country. Do whatever is right. Don't try to harm others. Try to be a good human. Try to be a good individual. Um, Stay as positive as possible. We are truly blessed, but we need to do much more to build a greater Bharat, to build a greater India, and we all need to work together for building that great India that we all aspire for.
Right. So, on that note, I conclude this session and thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much.
joining
Thank you.
us. Thank you.